everyone, welcome back! In the previous video I created a stylized seafoam texture in Substance Designer. In this one I am going to add a foam element to the water slash itself, because when water becomes rough and powerful, foam naturally appears. Before recording I spent some time experimenting with different approaches and I'll briefly show you the results I arrived at. But in this video we'll start everything from scratch and build it step by step. I originally wanted to finish this series before the new year, but the holidays had their own plans. Still, I'm really happy to continue it now, and I hope you'll enjoy this part as much as I enjoyed working on it. Let's begin! This texture I created in Substance Designer in the previous video, and then I implemented this texture into the effect I already have, and this is what I have. I can see some foam here. So I'll start from scratch. Basically what I want to add one more mesh like slash outer with different material that uses different shader, and also we will need a different mesh with different UVs. This will be mesh that will be representing the foam. First step, I'll duplicate this particle system, isolate it, so only select it. And what I want to do next, I want to go to my shaders folder and create a new shader. As you can see here, I have already shader water foam, but this is because I tried it before. Shader graph, European only. I'll duplicate the folder name and create material right from this shader. Now we have gray solid mesh. This is because our shader doesn't read any information. I want it to be transparent, alpha, and allow material overrides. I will need all basic parameters I use every time, like main texture, color, power, etc. And I will need two colors here. I will set some default values. And now I will quickly make a basic shader. Now I want to assign my texture to the shader I have. And what I can see for now, obviously it's too dense. So I want to decrease styling. And now we can see already two problems. First problem is that we have a hard edge on the mesh. And second problem is that this mesh is mirrored vertically. So I need another mesh with another UVs, which not will be mirrored. And also I need an opacity mask to mask these edges. Let's start from mesh. For mesh, I need to open Blender. I'll open the file where I made meshes for this effect. Here I already have the mesh for the foam, but I'll disable it and start from scratch. I need a mesh, add mesh sphere, UV sphere, F to frame it. I want to delete a half of the mesh, but before I will delete anything, I want to check the side I want to delete. I will hit 3 to choose faces, and I will select a half of the sphere and check the UVs, and this is not the half of the sphere I want to delete because it's placed in the center of the quad and I don't want to unwrap it again, so I just will choose the half that is placed along x-axis instead of y-axis, and as we can see, UVs are on the right and it's a half of the quad, so I can safely delete this half and use it as it is. Delete faces. Also, I want to delete these top caps, 3 of them. Delete faces, and now I want to select all and unwrap my UV. I want absolute grid snap turned on because when I will move my UV it will be in the center of the quad, and also I want to scale my UVs to be on the whole quad. Then I want it smooth shaded and I want to scale it along that like 0.15. Object, apply all transforms. Then I need to scale it about 50. Object, apply all transforms. And then I want to align this mesh perfectly with the outer slash I had earlier, so I will turn it on, and then I want to rotate my slash 90 degrees along x-axis so they will be fitting perfectly and I won't need to play with rotations anymore in the engine. Next step, I will rename it to distinguish. And then I need object, apply all transforms, and file export FBX. I want to choose the location of my project and export mesh in the project already, so it will be there. I will name it something like SM/form02, and here I want selected objects and export. And if I open my engine, I will see that I have this mesh and I want to assign it, and what we can see now is that the mesh is not mirrored anymore. But another problem that I have now is these hard edges, and to fix them I want to use a texture mask. And for texture mask I will go into the Substance Designer and use really simple opacity mask. For this I need a gradient linear two of them, one horizontal and another vertical one, and what I want to do is I want to multiply them. And this will be the opacity mask. To mask hard edges of the mesh with mask, what I need to do is I need to go to my shader and simply multiply the opacity branch with texture mask. And for this I need new parameter and new sample texture. And all I really need to do is just multiply them. I want this texture to scroll along X. And now main texture is scrolling, but edges are still there because the mask doesn't scroll. Now I can color my texture with different colors. I need to check color 2. In this case is the background color. I want it to be dark blue, and color 1 is top color. I can make it more dense. I can play with powder. And with colors. This looks already like a little bit like stylized foam. Another thing I want to add is erosion. For the erosion I will use a smooth step node. And it will be my main texture, and for the smooth step I will create a parameter just to test, but then I will put this parameter into custom vertex streams so I can control it through my particle system. And for the first value I want 0, and for second value I want 0 plus 0.2. And if I assign texture here, just to preview what I have, what I can see is with smooth step I enhanced my white values, and my white values is my opacity, where the opacity is 1. White means 1. And if I will increase the erosion amount, it will be eroding, and the white values will be eaten by black ones. So what I want to do for the opacity, I want to multiply my main texture with smooth step and put it into the opacity branch back in. And now if I will play with erosion, I can see how my texture is eaten. What I would like also to add is distortion. For distortion I need several parameters like distortion texture, distortion tiling, distortion speed, and distortion amount. I'll duplicate the setup for main texture, but with some adjustments. multiply by distortion amount, and add it into the UVs. I can use this noise for distortion. And now it starts to distort. I don't want to distort it so much. Instead, what I want to do, I want it to be not distorted at all in the beginning of the lifetime, and when the erosion is about 0.5 or even 0.7, when the foam is already almost dead, I want it to start distorted like this, probably not so much. And to achieve this, I need to put my erosion and my distortion amount into custom vertex streams. So I can go here, I have here UV0, I have B and alpha. B will be my erosion. And alpha will be my distortion amount. I already have some custom data here from the previous system, so I can test it. If x equals 0, it is full opaque, and then it started to distort. So I want it to be curve from 0 to 1 or 0.8, but another kind of curve. And also I want curve for distortion. I want it to be 0, 0 to 1, probably like this, 0.3 or like this. 0.5. Also, I want to render both sides, and probably I want it to be brighter a little bit. Now I can see that it seems that my mesh is shrinking down during the lifetime. It's not true because there is no size over lifetime module, but I want it to expand during lifetime along y-axis. So I will put here 2, 0.5 flat. And also for erosion, I don't want it to start full opaque. Instead, I want it to start fully erode and then I want it to start from 0, then in the and then fast get to the full opacity and then eroding slowly. So I will edit this curve. And this already starts looking like a foam. I want to add also scrolling. Right now, the tiling is the same from the beginning of the lifetime to the end. But if we are talking about foam, probably it will be beneficial to add a parameter here as well, for the X tiling to control the tiling as well during the lifetime. And for this, what I can do is I can take another UV node, put here UV1, split it one more time, and use B channel, multiply. I want to multiply my UVs by B channel to scale the UVs before putting them into tiling and offset, and this will be an additional control for tiling, but from custom data. So I can add here UV2 and custom 2x vector 1, and let's check. It will be flickering because the value here is 0, but if I put 1 here it will be as expected, and then if I increase it, it will increase tiling of the foam, and if I decrease it, it will be less. And what I want to do here is I want to make a curve which will go from 0 to 0.2, for example. Probably something like this, but we will see. Now I think that I have to big mesh for the foam, so I will go into Blender and I want to delete some faces from this mesh, like these inner circles, and if I delete them I also need to rescale the UVs and re-export the mesh. Better. And now I want to play it with the full particle system and make some adjustments. I don't need color over lifetime because I use erosion, but for the beginning I can use it to mask it even more. It looks so odd because I have a rotation curve, but I want to use a constant instead. At least try. Yes, it's much better, but it finishes not in the place I wanted to finish, so I can rotate it, for example, 40 degrees. This should be the central element. Now for me it's too long, and what I could do is I again can go to my mesh and delete 2 rows from this mesh. And again I want to rescale this and re-export the mesh. Yes, now the foam is in the center of the slash, and it's similar to the Whitecaps that we can see on the sea. And next step, I will rename this particle system and apply all changes 2 times. Now I want to check. Yeah, I think it adds something to the water slash, some cool details. It's not really visible from the forward side. I mean, there are some details, of course, but it's bright enough on the front. But it adds some cool details from other sides. And because of this, the effect itself is not so empty. In this video, I added a water foam element to the water slash. I hope you enjoyed this part and found it useful. In the next video, I'll finish this effect and work on the impact. And if inspiration strikes, I might also add some bubbles. Feel free to leave your thoughts or question in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.